Hello friends, today we will discuss about a fault which is generally encountered in VFD. This is called DC bus overvoltage fault, which you too must have faced in VFD many times. Most of the time you get nothing as some reason and you just reset the fault and give clearance to control room. Hope you all agree with my statement. I too have done same for the years, but VFD is more than a computer. It really detects a fault and warns you. The problem occurs when the control room operator or the management asks you why this fault appeared and what is the Viva analysis for that. I think every instrumentation or electrical engineer would have gone through the same situation. I too have faced this situation many a times. Let me tell you why this fault occurs and what can be its remedies. Before we go deep down in this fault, I would recommend you to watch the basic video related to VFD on our channel. Then you will get a clear basic understanding of the topic. Okay, any induction motor operates in two modes, motoring mode and regeneration mode. In normal mode operation, electrical energy flows from DC bus to motor. This is called motoring mode. In motoring mode, you can see a voltage source V is feeding current I to the load. A certain voltage level V is maintained and it also fluctuates as per the load condition. In regenerative mode, the electrical energy flows reverse with the motor supplying electrical energy back to the DC bus. This reverse energy, when increased to a certain level, then it rises the voltage level on the DC bus. See the equivalent circuit shown on the screen. Now we have two power sources on DC bus. When source motor load voltage rises to set limit, the VFD gets tripped. These two sources act as a battery with different voltage. The amount of voltage increase depends on the load connected to the DC bus. If there are other loads or energy sources system like batteries, capacitor connected to the bus, they can absorb some amount of regenerated energy and mitigating the voltage rise. That's why a capacitor bank is placed across this DC bus to absorb and release that extra energy. It is like a mechanical flywheel you must have seen in a mechanical system. However, if there is an insufficient load to absorb the generated energy, the voltage will rise significantly and VFD gets tripped. Now, when does the motor go into regenerative mode? It is when the load connected to the motor starts rotating the motor at a speed higher than the VFD set point. That means due to inertia of the load, the motor starts rotating at a speed higher than the fixed speed. Let's understand this in simplest form. You must have driven a turbo plastic cell in your childhood, in which the pedal were fixed to the front wheel. You must be remembering the behavior of that bicycle on when your cycle runs on downward slope. The speed of the bicycle would increase to maximum and your feet start rotating automatically without applying any force. That means the increased inertia in the bicycle due to downward slope caused your feet to start rotating automatically. Now this is regeneration in the induction motor. In the same way, when the VFD runs at a fixed speed and when the load starts rotating the motor more than set speed by VFD, then the motor comes into regenerative mode and start feeding reverse power to the VFD system, due to which the voltage level of the DC bus rises and after set limit the VFD gets tripped. The only thing you can do is to reset the fault, and it gets reset easily as the reason has disappeared now. You cannot find the reason. But what are the reasons for the build-up of this voltage due to regeneration? Let's find out. First one is motor deacceleration due to sudden low speed set point. First of all, check with the control room operator if the lower speed set point has been issued to the VFD in running condition. If yes, then the VFD DC bus may get tripped due to overvoltage. This condition is encountered in fan applications mostly. Because when the speed set point to the VFD is lowered, the frequency of rotating flux decreases in stator and winding. But the motor rotor keeps rotating at the last speed due to fan mechanically connected to the rotor inertia. That brings the motor into regenerative mode and the voltage of the DC bus increases and the VFD gets tripped. That's why deacceleration time is introduced in the speed set point to VFD. This causes the set point to change gradually in VFD. This way the motor does not go into regeneration mode heavily and the DC bus voltage does not rise to the trip level. This deacceleration time is generally fine-tuned at the time of VFD commissioning by moving the set point back and forth. Now let's move to the second application. When a VFD is installed in trolley drive like stacker climber, truck loading machine, wagon loading machine, which moves back and forth, forward reverse, just to give smooth startup to the machine to avoid jerky movement, which we encounter with forward reverse contactor deployed in the panel. Once I faced a similar situation in a truck loading machine which used to run in forward and reverse direction, okay, with no issue. One day I found in the middle of reverse travel, the is getting tripped due to DC bus or voltage, particularly in reverse direction. It was not getting tripped in forward direction. I couldn't get the reason. So almost facing trouble for more than 15 or 20 days. But after close observation, I came to know that a slope has been developed on the tracks of the wagon loading machine, truck loading machine, over which the machine wheels moves. So one side it is not creating any problem in forward direction, but in reverse direction the machine is rolling down on its own and it was causing motor to go in regeneration mode. I checked everything, it was fine with deacceleration time also. Still VFD was tripping. That means the excess energy is causing the voltage to rise on the DC bus. Now the solution was to remove or dissipate that extra energy to keep the motor moving smoothly. To remove or dissipate that extra energy, I had to install a DBR, dynamic braking resistance. Separate terminals are provided to install DBR in a VFD. This DBR dissipates the excess energy in the form of heat. For this, there is a duty cycle setting in the VFD which can be set from 0 to 100%. 100% duty cycle means the DBR will always be in circuit at the time of regeneration with a chopper switch and will generate maximum heat. For this, DBR is installed in an open space in a mesh box so that it can cool down quickly. Now there are some loads in the industry where inertia is involved and its speed is controlled repeatedly with a PID control loop to control the process. So now the excess regenerative energy is not wasted in the form of heat across DBR. This energy is fed back to the grid supply and energy is saved or basically earned. But the thing is to keep in mind is that rectifier in the VFD should be of control type. I mean that rectifier should also contain IGBT for power flow control. Clear? Or an uncontrolled type of rectifier will not do this thing. There are other reasons too, due to which DC bus overvoltage fault encounter in VFD. Like sometimes we encounter overvoltage and transient condition occurs on the power grid. Then suddenly DC bus voltage rises. For this purpose, such protection device and power grounding is used. Also, while selecting a VFD, input voltage tolerance band should be defined. Or line reactor should be used on the input supply side. Sometimes due to multiple earthing of VFD panel, cable and motor loop currents start flowing. It also causes DC bus voltage to induce. So therefore, try to ensure that all earthing points are at the same potential and connected to same earthing grid underground. Sometimes the effect of capacitance on DC bus becomes weak or the capacitor seems undersized. Then it should be replaced. For this, capacitor should be checked periodically for physical damage. Sometimes the noise effect of switching frequency of VFD gets transferred to the DC bus, due to which DC bus voltage may rise. All this can be prevented by proper earthing and shielding. So friends, whenever you encounter DC bus or voltage fault in any VFD at your plant, then try to work on the reasons we have discussed. Or if you find reason other than we discussed, then share among your team and with audience here. Everyone will get some new learning. Okay, see you soon with the next video. Till then, bye bye. Thank you.